Hey YouTube, Bob here. Got an unboxing video for you, and depending on how far out from the original publication date of the video you actually watch it, it may or may not be a mystery unboxing, but in either case, it's a bit more of a unique unboxing video because it's of a product that is not by Nintendo, although of course it is Nintendo related. And if you've been paying attention and squinting at your screen trying to figure out what this text is, you've probably already noticed the clue, which is that it's of a company called Analogue. And what Analogue does is preserve retro gaming by creating very unique consoles. So that's as far as I'm going to spoil it here, unless you already know what the Analogue NT Mini Noir edition is. That is what is inside this box, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at it right now. So I'm going to always take care to cut away from myself here. There we go. Got all the cuts made. Let's go ahead and get the box open. There we go. Right off the bat, we see a black box packaged in very heavy foam, which I'm pleased to see because this product here was not cheap. So I'm glad to see it was packaged so well. There we are. You can see you got that. Might be able to see it on the video. I can't see it through my viewfinder right now, but there is a little A embossed, or actually it's a big A embossed on the front panel of the box there. Analogue's logo, which you saw on the outer carton there. So let's take off these foam blocks. There we go. So very plain packaging that goes along with the name of the console. This is Noir, definitely black. Very nice packaging. The packaging, how nice it is, it's very svelte. It matches the quality of this console. Analogue just makes products of superb quality. And this one is a re-release of a clone console that they put out a couple of years ago. But it was so popular that they decided to make a much improved version. As far as the one of the main improvements, as I understand it, is the cartridge slot. So let's take a look at it as we get the plastic off here. There we go. Got it started. Wasn't the easiest thing to do, but very cool packaging here. Matte black box. And now that we've got the plastic off, or almost do, there we go. Maybe you can see that A on the box a little bit better. So you got a little sticker here that says 1080p HDMI FPGA unparalleled compatibility. Contents: you got your Analogue NT Mini console, an 8-bit DOE 2.4 gig controller, wireless controller. You get an Analogue HDMI cable, USB cable for power, and a worldwide power supply. So let's pull the top cover off here and see what we have. It's a lot smaller than I was expecting right off the bat, I'll say that. So there's the top inside of the box there. And there's the Analogue NT Mini Noir itself. Wow, it is a lot smaller than I was expecting. And you're probably noticing, whoa, 2 cartridge slots. Yes, that is because this is a clone console. I'm going to call it a clone console because that's what it is. But we'll get into how this one is special and leagues above other clone consoles as we get into the video here. But it does have the 2 cartridge slots because it supports NES games and Famicom games. And of course the Famicom disk system adapter should work as well in this. So in later videos we'll be giving all those things a try. But ooh, it's been outside on my front stoop a little bit and it is cold. So this is the console itself. It is actually made out of metal. And that is one of the reasons this one is considered such high quality. Look at those controller ports there. It looks like they're made out of acrylic. And a nice touch on the bottom here, they have a transparent panel where you can actually see the board. So this console was originally released several years ago. Similar build quality, very high quality metal construction. But I believe there was a flaw with the cartridge slot where it would maybe mark up the plastic cartridges of your games, which is definitely not something that you want. So I can already feel that there's some little runners on here that probably protect the plastic from the metal. But if we turn it over to the back here, you're going to see this is almost computer-like how many inputs and outputs this has on it. And that is just because it is pretty much a reference quality Nintendo Entertainment System and Famicom system. It uses FPGA, which again I believe is Field Programmable Gate Array. And what that means is that instead of emulating the games at the software level, it's emulating the games at the hardware level, actually mimicking what the Super Nintendo or the NES or the Sega Genesis hardware would do. And like I said, this opens up lots of possibilities as far as compatibility goes. The Super NES had games like Star Fox that had a specialized chip in it, and a lot of typical clones consoles will not run those games because of the advanced hardware within the game. But using FPGA, like this Analogue system does, eliminates all of those roadblocks. So you have near 100% compatibility as far as games go. And like I said, it's reference quality as far as the sound and video output goes. So again, just taking a look at the back, everything that you get HDMI out. Looks like you get VGA out as well. You have RCA stereo out. And this is actually the controller port that was found on the front of the Famicom system. And as you can see right there, let me see if I can read that. It looks like it's in katakana. So, oh boy, I'm embarrassing myself. Ekisupancha. Oh, it's probably expansion. It's probably the word for expansion. Ekisupancha. Yeah, I think that's the... Okay, I'm not going to bore you with my katakana interpretation here, but yeah. So that's the expansion port on the original Famicom system. And then you also have a headphone jack right there. All of these outputs that did not exist on the original hardware. Plus you got an HDMI port, and you've got your power in. And on the side, there is an SD card slot that is for updating the firmware. This doesn't have any online connectivity, so when you want to update the firmware on the system, you have to download it to an SD card and insert it into the system to perform that there. So this is the system itself. Very, very high quality. But that's not all that you get in this package. So let's see, we got a little hole right here. I can pull this up. Does this whole tray come out? Oh, I see. Okay, so this is separate. Then this lifts up. Wow, even the packaging, my goodness. Very high quality. So check this out. We've got a little bit of documentation here. Very minimalistic. So it says, Analogue, celebrate and explore the history of video games with the respect it deserves. NT Mini Noir. Welcome to Analogue. Congratulations on becoming an NT Mini owner. Engineered with an FPGA, no emulation, 1080p, zero lag, total accuracy, NT Mini is not a plug-and-play toy. It is the definitive way to explore Nintendo's 8-bit era, compatible with the 1800 plus NES and Famicom game cartridge library. Explore and relive one of the greatest video game systems of all time with no compromises. So start playing your NT Mini. Connect the power adapter, plug it into a power outlet, plug your HDMI cable into your television, power the system on by pressing the power button or by holding Select plus B with or without a game cartridge inserted. It's also telling you to clean your game cartridges. That's one of the things that these consoles, if there was any criticism to be leveraged against them, it would probably have to do with the cartridge slots are a little bit sensitive. You definitely have to make sure that your games are clean. But that was the case with cartridge consoles in general. It says if you're experiencing issues with any cartridges, make sure they are squeaky clean. 99.9% of all issues are game cartridge related due to dirty cartridge pins. Handling and care. Do not insert very dirty cartridges into your NT Mini. Only use a supplied 12-volt power adapter or your NT Mini may not function correctly. User guide, they've got a web address for you to go to there, as well as support and FAQ. So just a little bit of a diagram there. Then on the back, that's the controller that it came with, courtesy of 8BitDo. We'll take a look at that as well. And then zero lag, no emulation, FPGA. That's your Analogue NT Mini Noir. So what else we have in the box here? We've got all these international plugs here. So I don't think I'll be using that, or will I? Yes, I will, because you have to choose your plug and insert it onto the actual brick itself. So that's not it. That's not it. This is it. Here's the North American one. So what do? And twist, and it locks right in. So there's your brick with the end that goes into the back of the NT Mini Noir. And then what else we have in the box is the Analogue branded HDMI cable, and then the USB cable to charge your 8BitDo controller. So this is their 2.4 gig NES controller, wireless of course. So on the bottom of the package here it comes with the dongle that plugs into the controller port on your Analogue NT Mini Noir. And the unique thing about this controller, in addition to it being wireless of course, is that it has Turbo B and Turbo A buttons. So really nice there. I'm wondering if there's a way to adjust the speed at which it does the turbo. So that'll be something that we'll take a look at in a future video. So, but for now, I've made a huge mess here unboxing my Analogue NT Mini Noir edition. Very much looking forward to getting it hooked up and sharing with you guys what it's like to play it. So be looking forward to that in a future video. Until then, take it easy. Bye-bye.